If you don't modify and get into things with it and modify and change with the world too, and modify yourself and modernize yourself with the world too, you see how you get lost, you get caught behind.
Do any of the farmers at your St. George's market, do they do hydroponics already?
No.
What techniques do they use?
They are in the open field, and some of them have greenhouses, but they still plant in the soil.
For too long there was this stigma that agriculture is hard work. Now people are beginning to see the benefits of it and the diversity that there is in agriculture, and for that I am very pleased.
Your take on organoponics and everything, the morning discussion, it took away a lot of the excuses that people bring to farming. Yes. Oh, you're working in the sun, there's a lot of hard work, yes. It's labor intensive. You know, we're thinking of those things with traditional agriculture. Whereas this one here, no, it's a lot easier. This one's a lot easier in that we don't have to worry so much about the pests because we're in a closed system kind of thing. We don't have to worry about back aching, the work we have to put in, and then also it's a lot more integrated.
In terms of hydroponics, I would say it would allow me more flexibility with what I'm planting. So instead of just doing lettuce and cabbage, I could do tomatoes and other stuff.
Seems as though the yields for the various crops were much bigger, and gives me time to do some other stuff.
Yeah, I tried growing strawberries in my aquaponic system, but it failed. But from what he said in there, strawberries don't really operate with other vegetables or fruits, so that's probably why mine died. So probably the next time I go at strawberries, I will just plant strawberries alone, because you know strawberries go with everything romantic. So I will try strawberries again, and hopefully I'll succeed.
So this level in here will raise until
it overflow. Right. No, you got it. So she's going back down now.
Yeah.
So when you have young plants, you bring it up. As a germinator and they come in, you just start pushing it down. And you could do that by hand. You don't need no automation to deal with. So this is the ebb and flow concept here.
Ebb and flow.
Ebb and flow. If I push this all the way down, you're going to leave a small film. We call that NFT, which is a different hydroponic technique.
That's abbreviation for what?
Nutrient film technique. Okay. And this line here now is what introduces aeroponic, which is a different technique. So we got 3 techniques blend into one.
You can go
this is simple.
When we get in the room, we're going to talk about that.
And the workshop was very informative. I learned various things about the system and how it operates. It's a very simple system. It's not complicated in no form. I think that it could be very beneficial to farmers here locally.
It sounds extremely interesting and useful also in terms of attaining food security, and also for small farmers and young persons, women, to go into production and actually make some money, become entrepreneurs, because that's one of the things we are very short of in the region, having agripreneurs as they like to call them these days. You know, you have all these terminologies coming along, food and nutrition security, climate change, climate smart agriculture, I think this model fits in a lot of those paradigms that we are talking about these days. So it's good to see a project like this coming along.
We don't need to place a lot of fertilizers in our soil or in the actual hydroponic water system. It's very low maintenance, and I think that would be very beneficial to all the farmers, especially farmers who are cash-strapped and cannot afford a system, even though that the system might not be as expensive as one would think. It's still a little bit expensive for the average farmer. So if you can afford the system, you will not have to spend so much money in the input to actually get from seed to fruit.
So when you spoke in the morning, I remember you talking about land being an issue.
Yeah.
And to me, hydroponics solves part of the land problem because you can produce on a small footprint. But I don't know if that's part of your thought process.
Yeah, it is, but there's something that balances that out. I would have to get a foundation, cement it, get wire, wood, whatever, getting the netting and stuff. So although it saves additional land, the establishment cost, the cost of establishing the housing is still going to be an issue.
But in this system with plants, once they have access to water all the time, they grow when they want to grow. When we're watering them in the field, they grow when we say they grow. There's a difference. When they're getting water 24/7, they assess the environment and realize they got 16 different type of food every day, all day. They won't go to work. Can't benefit. It's just like you. If you have $500 to budget, and then you get $50,000 to budget. It's a different ball game altogether. You ain't trying to work on a lot of maths and try to figure out how we're going to get from here and there. No, it's just a scenario. We could equate that to $5 and $50.
$5 you got to eat biscuit.
Exactly.
You got $50.
So which means if I'm eating biscuit, I cannot put out or exert any lot of energy. Because I'm born off that and I'm hungry again.
Correct. Yeah, 1 inch cube.
But if you realize today, yesterday, the day before,
it's beer cake, boy. How you stepping up?
You're going wild.
You know, some people look at this as a means of establishing their own enterprise from an entrepreneurial perspective. Do you see this as a revenue-generating mechanism for your school?
Yes, actually, when we did the traditional way of planting, we did sell some of the crops. Yeah, we gave away too. We did sell. So this one, if we can, it'll be more sustainable in that. More will be coming in, and not just in one time only. This one will it'll be over time. We can keep turnover consistent, and more money coming in over a period of time.
Just the other day, we get a job to build 2 greenhouses. And just when they come up here, today was supposed to be my day off. I assist with the greenhouse and we bought it just now. And it was supposed to be my day off. So I like it though, and it was very informative and thing.